y'all? Welcome to another conversation here, or quick interview with Jackie. What's up, bro? How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You are one of three of the three-headed animals doing this promotion. Empire Promotions.
Yes.
Chuco Classic.
Yes. First show of many.
Yes. How excited are you for this first event?
I'm extremely excited, especially the fact that we can showcase so much El Paso talent.
Yeah.
That's been the number one thing, and that's been the big focus of why we decided to do this. Me, Jesse, Charlie, was to make sure that we could showcase El Paso talent. It doesn't necessarily get showcased.
Yeah.
It's been.
And I like that too, because I've been telling people I'm still getting into the whole boxing. You know, I'm getting into the fight community here in El Paso. So shout out to all the jiu-jitsu, all the Muay Thai guys, all the kickboxing guys I got to know, and MMA obviously. But now I'm getting to know some of the boxing, and there is a lot of goddamn talented people here.
Oh yeah,
I know we kind of talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but I wanted to kind of talk to you about the actual event. And some of the fighters and some of the matchups. Because I know you're one of the matchmaker.
Yes, I'm the matchmaker.
Yeah,
I'm
so
the matchmaker.
yeah, let's kind of talk about that a little bit, because you have to actually make sure that the fight makes sense.
Yep.
And at the same time, it's exciting.
Yep.
And it's not so lopsided. So kind of talk about how easy or how tough it was to setting up the card.
It has been. 3 days ago, I had 3 fights pull out, and I had to rematch them. The co-main event. Hector, who's up there, and Joshua. Three fights pulled out. So literally, this was Tuesday. I got him rematched.
Let's go.
It has been a very, very learning experience, I would say the least. I do a lot of amateur shows, so I'm used to rematch making. And on my amateur shows, I do like 40 fights in a day. Yeah, 40 fights.
Yeah, so talk about that a little bit, like the matchmaking, because a lot of people don't understand it's a skill.
Yeah.
And it's also, you have to be around fighters, and obviously you've been in boxing for a while. So kind of talk about how all that experience has helped you to be able to put yourself in the position to be promoting, because you actually know a lot of the fighters. You know how to match up.
Yes.
So talk about that experience of being able to match people up based on their skill set or wherever they're at in their career.
So it's actually been, it's very, I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for my networking and my friends, because I am a new matchmaker. Granted, I have a lot of connections and a lot of friends that I can rely on in the fight world that are also matchmakers. And if it wouldn't be for them, I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
So again, just because I don't know something, I'm always the type of person, I will go and I will find out, I will ask to learn. So I have some matchmaker friends. A big one is Isidro Castillo, my big brother. He's helped me out a lot. Louis from Ferocious in San Antonio. They've all helped me a lot to finding these matchups. And then on top of that, I corner half the fights. Half the fight card are my fighters. So half the fight card is my fighter, so I know how they fight. I know what their skill sets are, and I know where they're at in their career. So I know what to look for when it comes to that.
Yeah, and that's the same thing too, because sometimes you kind of have to put people in a position to, like, hey, if you get through this person, you're probably gonna keep going.
Yep.
Because sometimes, you might set somebody up for something they're not ready at.
Yep.
At the point too, because you kind of have to build people up too, right? So kind of talk about that.
So it's important to, especially in boxing. Boxing is a lot different than MMA. Matchmaking in MMA is a little bit easier because they're the best. Like, it doesn't matter who you fight. It doesn't matter if you lose, if you draw, nothing. In boxing, because of Mayweather, it's all changed. One loss, it's like chutes and ladders. You start climbing, you build your record. You take one loss, you go all the way back down to the bottom. And you got to rebuild yourself back up, take another loss. So it's important to really work. Like, one, it's nice that I know how hard these individuals are working in the gym because I train them. So I know where they're at and who I can match them with. And it's important, like you said, to build them. The goal is to build them so they can have a successful career. So at the end of the day, they can cash out on all the hard work that they do. Boxing's a poor man's sport. So a lot of time, and not only that, we have a lot of talent here. So it's important to build them so as they continue to get the experience, get the exposure, so when they get put in those big money fights,
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. I've seen it happen. People that don't build right, they take nothing but easy fights. They get in those big money fights, and
and that's the thing too. I know that, I'm glad you said that, because that's one thing that a lot of people give a hard time about boxing, is that they're like, oh, they're easy fights. But sometimes, if you kind of point them in the right direction, at the same time, that you can't just be giving everybody layups.
Exactly.
Because if you're giving everybody layups, yeah, they're padding their stats and their career. But then, how you just said, when it matters and you want to be in that position, you're not ready for the stage.
Yep.
Because you took all these easy fights.
Yep.
And now when it matters, you thought you were ready and you never were.
Exactly. So, for instance, a perfect example of this is one of the guys that trains, that does not on this card, but that I help train, George Tovar, 10-0 now. He's been built up right. You build him, give him some tough fights so he can make sure he can go the distance, make sure he can go those rounds, make sure he's been tested, and he's passed every test with flying colors. A lot of these guys that we're training, that's our goal, is to build them up, not give them layups, right? Obviously, yeah, everybody wants to knock out, great, but also we need to build them so they can have those tougher fights to make sure that they can go the distance, that, you know, when they're ready for it, they're ready for it.
Yeah.
And for instance, Dominic Berry, right? The last fight before this one we just did in Colombia, that was one of his biggest tests, and that's the reason why we did it. I mean, there was a lot of behind the scene things that happened, but we built him that way. So that way we knew he can go 6. Now we know he can go 6.
Yeah.
So now we went 6 without trying to go 6, right?
Yeah.
So now we know from here on it's nothing but 6 rounds.
Yeah.
And then once we get to an opponent to where we know should last the 6 rounds, okay, we're good. Now we'll go to 8.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue to build up that way. That's the goal with every fighter, not just him. That's just an example that I have. For all of the fighters, to build them up gradually so they can be ready for that big stage.
Yeah. So let's talk about this card.
Yes, talk about
I know,
this
man.
card.
Let's talk about this card. I know we got some amateur fights. We got some pro fights. So talk about some of the key matchups in the amateur side for a lot of people that might be going and checking them out. Like, hey, this might be some of the future that you might be seeing here. Because I like how you always said, hey, this is a lot of El Paso people.
Yes.
So talk about some of the key fighters and key matchups in the amateur side before we get to the pros.
So key matchup, the main event for our amateurs is Moises Rodriguez, 8-time national champion, amazing fighter, really good prospect when it comes. He's just turned 18, so he's just going to the elite, and he is a future world champion in the making. Kid is a monster. These are my main event for the amateur side. On top of that, we have another one coming who goes from boxing and MMA, Gabriel Pinel.
Let's go.
El Gabo.
Yes, I know that boy.
Gabo. That's he's my fighter.
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
Monster, especially striking.
Cool. Essentially, we just
Exactly.
we'll have to worry about the hands only.
Exactly.
You know, I'm excited to see that. So he's on the amateur
he'll
side
be doing
too?
yes, he'll be doing his second amateur fight. He's already had one USA boxing fight. This will be his second USA boxing fight. And then we also have Big Angel, also one of my fighters who's gonna be fighting. He hasn't fought in a while. He's coming back, but he's a crowd pleaser. He likes to fight. He's getting to the bang, man. And then we just got a number of other local talent that are here. Some people coming from Las Cruces as well to fight on the card. So it's going to be a very, very nice card. We have 8 bouts total. So it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So with all the amateur stuff now, let's talk about the pro fights, man. You know, how many pro fights do we have on the card?
We have 11 fights on the card.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 11 fights currently on the card.
Okay.
It's a stacked card, all from El Paso. Everybody else is coming from out of town,
Yeah.
right? But it's been crazy matching this card.
Yeah.
Some really good talent. Starting from the bottom up, we have Elijah Sweat from Las Cruces.
Okay.
Used to fight at heavyweight. Made his pro debut at heavyweight.
You know what weight class is this one gonna be at?
154.
So what the hell? What is heavyweight?
He had no business. He had no heavyweight. He was when he first started. I think he weighed in his first pro fight was like 230 pounds.
Damn.
And now he's all the way down to
He lost a
154.
whole other human being.
Oh no, he looks like a totally different person.
Wow.
If you look at him from his heavyweight fight, his pro debut to what he is now, he's a totally different person. And he is game to fight anybody. I'm talking about, doesn't matter who, what. He used to fight a heavyweight. It doesn't matter. He's fought some of the toughest guys. His last fight, he fought against Jorge Tawad, 10-0, right? But still took him all 6 rounds. Like he's a tough guy. He's gonna be on the card. We have Alec McGee, former soldier.
Yeah.
Pretty boy looking.
Getting to know him, man. I was like, and that's the thing about with the boxing too. Like that guy, I had no idea how many fights he had.
Yep.
I talked to him a little bit too. So he's gonna also be on the card.
He's also on the card.
And he has a great record too.
Yeah, he does. He's 11-2. Looking to make it 12-2. So he's got one of the higher records on the card. He's got one of the bigger records on the card. We also have El Chingon Ramirez, Josh. Amazing fighter. Both his parents were pro fighters.
Damn.
So his mom and dad are both
Lineage
pro
is
fighters.
coming down.
His mom fought Holly Holm, fought a whole bunch of like world champions. Like, she's a and she's game.
That's awesome.
He's having his third fight with us. He's coming off of a bit of a layover. He had a hurt knee, hasn't really fought, but he's a very exciting fighter.
And what weight class is that one?
He's a
gonna be at?
cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight. So for me, I know we were kind of joking around the podcast. Like, so what weight class is the cruiserweight for him?
Cruiserweight is from 176 to 199.
Okay.
So if you're as long as you're within those weights,
Yeah.
you're a cruiserweight. And so that's what weight he fights at. His cousin is actually also a professional MMA fighter, Mikey Tovar. So they're cousins. Unfortunately, his opponent pulled out, but we got a rematch. So he's a very exciting fighter. Elijah Sweat also fought him.
Yeah.
It's just to tell you, they
they
fought each other.
You're gonna run into somebody evenally, right?
Exactly. And then we also have our heavyweight, Manny Villalobos, the true best heavyweight in El Paso.
Yeah, I got to know him a little bit. Man, he's like chill guy.
Nicest guy you will ever
I
meet.
was like, man, you're a heavyweight. Like, you're a big dude.
Wait till you see him fight. Like that, there's no mercy. Outside the ring, he's nice.
Yeah.
Wait till you see him fight.
And I like how like fighters do that too, because like people talk about that all the time. They were like, nice guy or whatever, and they'll go out there and do whatever they got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Come out of the ring, everything's all good.
And not only that, he's making his pro debut with us. He had a decorated amateur career in Mexico. He's a silver medalist, national champion. So he's a
Nice.
silver medalist. He won silver and bronze. And then a week or two after the nationals, he fought the one that won gold and knocked him out.
Damn.
So I'm telling you, man, he's a monster. We also have Terrence Jersey Jay.
Yeah, he is a character.
Oh, let me tell you, Jay will crack you. Jay will talk to everybody in the gym while sparring
Yeah.
with you. Nope. Some of my most viral videos on TikTok are of Jay cracking jokes
While he's out there
doing his thing. He's on the card. He's been in El Paso for about 3-4 years now. Hasn't had an opportunity to fight here. He's always had to go to Minnesota, South Dakota, and all those places to fight. So now we're allowing him to fight, showcase his skills.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's from Jersey. That's why we call him Jersey J, right?
Yeah.
And then we also have on the card Hector Morales. This is his third time trying to fight in El Paso. And every single time he tries to fight, something happens.
Toro, right?
El Toro, yes. Every single time. Monday, when his opponent pulled out, I found him a fight.
Yeah.
He's fighting in El Paso. I'm excited for that fight. And I've seen Hector. Hector was a decorated amateur here as well, too. Very well known. He's just been trying to fight here at home. Finally, we're going to allow him to fight.
Awesome.
So who else do we have on the card? We have Raico Santana. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, I was like, he was the Cuban dude.
The Cubano, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me tell you right now, Raico has over 300 amateur fights.
What the?
He's fought on big stages. He just fought on overtime boxing, OTX. He fought and beat a very well-known guy named Chuck Simpson. Raico is a monster, let me tell you right now. He spars all the big guys, spars Big Manny, spars all these people. I'm telling you right now, he's been in El Paso now for a couple years.
Yeah.
Finally able to fight here at home,
Nice.
and so showcase this is where he is now, right? So it's extremely exciting to watch him fight. And then from there, Cesar Alvarado, decorated amateur. Same thing, has been fighting in Albuquerque, Rio Doso, never fought at home. His first time being able to fight here at home.
Yeah.
Has a very big fan base here, so he gets
Terremoto, right?
Terremoto. Yes, El Cesar.
Yeah.
So
Another soft-spoken guy.
Yes,
And I was telling him jokingly, I was like, man, you seem so chill, and then you were hitting the bag. I was like, what the fuck?
Exactly. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yes. He's fighting at 168 pounds. I'm excited for that fight. And then, of course, we got Poison Ivy.
Yes.
Poison Ivy. Let me tell you right now, she's such a decorator. I've seen her spar. I trained one of the best females in the world, Kayla Gomez. I'm one of her coaches. I've seen Ivy and Kayla go round after round after round. They just fought at the last national tournament. I'm telling you right now, Ivy
She's ready for this pro debut.
For her pro debut. I've seen Ivy beat up pros. I've seen Ivy beat up boys. I'm dead serious.
I know when I was at the gym hanging out a little bit, I was seeing her go, toe to toe with
Gianni.
Yeah,
Yes.
with her, and I was just like, and she was bloodied, and
Yeah.
she was still going forward. I was just like, what the fuck?
I'm telling you right now, Ivy is she's a silent killer, and same thing, soft spoken,
Yes.
very girly girl outside of the ring, but inside the ring, she's a monster. She really
This
is.
is done.
Yes, and then of course our main event, DJ Bob,
Bonds.
my brother,
Another mother.
That's literally, we've been through so much together. He's the reason I got into boxing again. Even though I grew up boxing, he's the reason why I got into boxing. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I'm probably out doing something else.
Right.
But he's brought me back into the world and in the boxing, and we've done so much since, And I'm excited for him to fight, go for a fourth belt. such a really good guy outside of the ring. Too.
Yeah.
Really just genuinely cares. That's my brother. That's
Yeah.
my brother, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm excited for this card, man, and I appreciate you guys, getting me in here and getting to know the fighters a little bit. I'll be doing the commentary. I'm gonna be doing my best, y'all,
You're gonna
with
do
the
good.
boxing thing
He's
too.
gonna do good, I'm
yeah,
telling you.
man. And I'm excited for this event. I'm excited for you guys. I know you were one of three, you, Charlie, and Jesse, that doing all the promotion stuff for the right reasons, and I hope that you guys, like you said, this is one of many.
One of
I know
many.
you guys have a lot of things coming down the line, and you guys will be promoting and talking about that. But February 15th,
February 15th, El Paso,
UTEP Memorial.
at Memorial Gym.
Get your tickets. Pick a fighter, guys. Try not to buy them at the door. It helps those fighters directly if you buy from them. Go check them out. Empire Promotions on Instagram. All the fighters will be there. All the QR codes if you want to check them out.
Yep.
But I'm excited, man.
Me too.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Press conference was cool. Getting people out here, getting excited for next week, man. But I'm sure you're gonna have a nice, fun week leading up, making sure everybody's taking care of business.
That's-
the event's on time. Everything's
Fight week is always something, man. I'm telling you.
And then you got how many fighters that you're gonna be taking care of?
Including the amateurs?
Yourself.
About eight.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a fun week for you, man.
Yeah,
But
about 8 or 9.
I'm sure
I
it's
got a
just
good
another
team.
day.
Though. I got a good team.
Yeah.
Though. I at the gym. I got a really good team of coaches. It's not just me. Can't take all the credit.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Coach Chris O'Cross, Eddie, Jackie with the mitts, like not me. I have a female
Yeah.
Jackie that helps with the mitts. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't. They helped me so much.
Yeah.
Because I'm only one man.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And that's honestly, so I got a really good team. So even though we're gonna be busy,
Yeah,
we've
it's gonna be-
done it before.
Yeah, you've done it before. You've already said, well, we've done that 40 fights in one day. No big
Oh yeah. My amateur shows, 40 fights in one day. So no biggie.
So there's gonna be this one. I'm looking forward for the promotion and everything. It's gonna be on pay-per-view.
Yes, it is gonna be on
So-
pay-per-view.
Yeah, so it's cool because a lot of people that aren't able to come into town are gonna be able to watch it.
Yep.
And then many more to come, right?
Many more to come. There's the first of many. We're planning our MMA show in March. That's gonna be coming next. And
Yes.
then we're gonna do another USA Boxing Amateur show.
Nice.
Again, we got many more to come. This is
Yeah.
the first of many. Make sure you buy your tickets. Pick a fighter. It helps them. If you buy at the door, it's more expensive. So it's actually an upcharge at the door. So it's better to buy them in advance and buy from one of the fighters.
Yep.
Support the local guys.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you so much, man. I'm looking
Brother.
forward to getting to know all these people out there, man. February 15th, you guys. I'm so excited just to be involved in some little way, but all those people, all the fighters, man, I'm looking forward to getting to know them and them showcase their skills. You know,
Yes, sir.
this is just another opportunity for El Paso Boxing to showcase that, hey, we got some
Yeah, we got some talent.
legitimate fighters here.
We do. We have
know what I mean?
legitimate talent. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
man.
You'll see.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe.
All that
Jimmy
good
Dukes
stuff.
Gaming.
Thank you, man.
Hey, there we go.
Thank you, man. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you.
Hey, thanks for your time, brother.
No, thanks, brother.
Peace, homies. Thank you, bro.